Welcome to P.I.T.C.O, where the deals never end. We buy those Argos pallets and we make amend. Air fryers, microwaves, kettles on the way. Electrical tools, laptops, tablets every day. We fix it, we flip it at prices you'll love. With quality repairs, we soar like a dove. From parts to machines, we've got what you need. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. And today we got something a little bit different. It's an old desktop PC. It's a Dell Optiplex 3010. Says Windows 7 Intel Core i3 inside. It says nothing special, nothing to write home about. But just wanted to basically show you how we go about handling these before we send things off to the refiners. So when we get the e-waste in, such as these, we can't just send them off as they are because of the hard drives, etc. contain data. For Data Protection Act, we've got to remove the hard drives and we've got to destroy them separately. And I'll just show you what else we do as part of the process. So firstly, let's open this. Comes off nice and easy. This we'll just go back on afterwards because once we're finished, you'll see why. So what we got the hard drive, power supply, CD-ROM or DVD-ROM is it? So DVD-ROM, a couple of sticks of RAM. Don't know what size they are. Four. So 8 in total. 8 gig of RAM in total. These have got the nice gold fingers on them, and for those of you who don't know, these fingers on the side here are like gold plated, so we send them in separately as bunches. So first off, we'll just pull the wires. Stopping that there somewhere. We'll sort that one out in a minute. As we say, these hard drives, we'll strip this plastic housing off, and then this will just basically come off like that. That will go into plastic shred. And hard drives, what we do is we got a punch, and we punch 2 holes through the disc inside the machine, which basically damages it. But what we also do is these boards, again, they've got the gold fingers on them along the edge. So we strip these boards out of them, we stick them in the boards box, and these goes off to the board refiners. What we'll do is we'll take the power supply out. Listen, not much call for old power supplies like this. So I mean, if there was like a gaming PC or something like that, then the power supply would be worth selling online. But most of the time, these old power supplies will just sit around and forever and a day, basically, until somebody might eventually want one. we just disconnect everything from off the board. It's in the way. Like so. Right then. Let's pop this front case off. Take the ROM out. Now, being a DVD ROM, we could list this for about £10 online. Or again, we can strip it. If we was to strip this and send it to recyclers, we just strip it to the shred and the circuit board inside. So most of it just goes into shred apart from the circuit board. Again, power supply. What we'll do there with the power supplies is we'll cut the cables off, cut the plugs off. The cables will go into our cable recycling, and then the rest of this will just go straight into shred. There's nothing in there really worth recycling or selling on. Screwdriver on. Again, the aluminium that goes into the aluminium box. We'll rip this fan off there. The aluminium will go into the aluminium box and be recycled. Come on here. And again, with the CPUs, we'll send that into the recyclers to recoup all the precious metals, because this is all gold plated and stuff like that. So we collect these up, and we've got a big tub of them. We send them in to the refiners. The other thing we do is, before this board is done, is we pop the clock battery out. Come on, you bugger. Okay. So, and then that board is ready to send into the board refiners. We have a specialist board refiners that we save all the boards up from the old machines, and they just weigh it and pay us out for the weight of the boards. As you can see, there's not really much on there other than maybe some gold pins in there, but other than that, there's not really a great value in that board. It's a green board. It's a metal socket board, but it's a green board, so it's not that valuable. That's for the rest of the case. you'll just stick that back together, and then these cases will just go onto a pallet. Basically all empty cases go onto a pallet and go to the go in for shred. Any aluminium will strip off, but there's not really anything on there worth salvaging. So in the end of the day, we've got the board which goes to the refiners. The RAM we collect up and send in because it's got the gold fingers. CPU we collect and send into the refiners. And as far as the hard drives are concerned, once they've been destroyed, we punched 2 holes in them and they've been destroyed and take them off, we can send the hard drives in a big bundle. You know, once we get a ton of them, there's around about £1,200 worth of hard drives there then. Again with these, hack the wires off, hack the plugs off, and we'll send the cables in for recycling. Any plugs that have gold pins in them, they get sent off separately. For these, we'll just take the board out and the rest of it pretty much goes in for shred, or we can, like you say, sell it for £10 online, if that. Some of them are worth like £7. But like I say, for the rest of the case, it just goes back together roughly and sits on a pallet until we get a whole pallet full, and then we just send it off into shred. You know, there's not a great deal of weight into one of these, so you know you want to build up a good pallet full, so you've got like a good ton worth of weight, and then send it in all in one go. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown on how we break down these PCs when we get them in. And just in case you was wondering, so we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, we'll just strip this plastic fan off of here. The fans, what we tend to do is, these are to a penny now, these computer fans. So we'll take the shrouds off, we'll break out the fans, and just the bit in the middle, the little bit of copper in the middle, we'll just shut that straight into a copper bin for dirty copper. Usually goes in with the motors and stuff like that. So aluminium, that goes into an aluminium bin, so we just take off all the steel, so it's the same class as clean aluminium. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a bit of an insight into how we tear down one of these desktop computers, and it doesn't take very long at all, as you've seen. And when you get a whole stack of them come in, you can fly through a pallet's worth in no time, really. So yeah, just a little bit of a guide on what we do when we're processing e-waste as far as computers, like especially old computers like these Dell Optiplexes, not really much good for anything. So it's a quick and easy process. So till the next one, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below, and we'll catch you later.
Dusty old tower rolled in today, a Dell Optiplex 3010, hooray. Windows 7 booted with a groan and a sigh, said I ain't been updated since 2105. An i3 chip with a whirly old fan, 8 gigs of RAM doing all that it can. A 500 gig drive full of mystery files, we gave it one last spin and it froze for miles. Goodbye Dell, we'll send you well down the path where recyclers dwell. We'll pull your gold and melt your soul and shred your steel to rock and roll. For data protection we smash that drive, give it 3 good hits, no data survives. We're saving the earth one screw at a time in the scrapyard symphony, ain't it sublime? The lid off, out came the dust. A decade of cobwebs and motherboard rust. Pulled out the PSU, weighed half a ton. The fan still spins, so that's a win, son. Pulled all the RAM sticks, gold edge delight. We'll clip those contacts shiny and bright. Aluminium heat sinks, off they go, straight to the pile where the clean bits glow. Goodbye Dell, we'll send you well down down the path where recyclers dwell. Copper, silver, gold connectors too. We'll salvage the lot like pirates do. For privacy's sake that drives deceased, we gave it the hammer, now rest in peace. From e-waste bin to treasure trove, that's how the recycling story goes. Now people say, why not just sell it again? But Windows 7's like a zombie friend, outdated, bloated, full of fright, and it won't even open Chrome at night. So we strip it down, no tears to shed, a second life from the parts instead. Reuse, repurpose, reduce the pile. The landfill frowns, but we recycle with style. Goodbye Dell, it's been real swell. You served your owner rather well. Now your steel gets shredded, your chips refined, your precious metals all reassigned. We'll raise a toast with a spanner's chime to the tech that stood the test of time. So here's to e-waste, weird and wild. Signed, Prosser's it, the landfill's child. Goodbye Dell, we'll send you well down the path where recyclers dwell. We'll pull your gold and melt your soul and shred your steel to rock and roll.